share with you this awesome extension a math teacher should have. It's called EquatIO. It is something that you could use with Google Slides, Google Docs, Google Forms, Google pretty much everything. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to your Chrome web store and you're going to search EquatIO. It's the word equation without the N. And you're going to add it to your Chrome. I have it added so I could only rate it. You could also, right, I actually am giving this to my students. I am giving them the link, so it's going to show them if they scroll down, right? You could use it free as a teacher, free as a student, and if I'm making my students do this, they'll click on there and they'll be able to install it using this, right? So I am telling them to use their Chrome extension, so it'll just be an extension in there. They install it, it'll take them to the Chrome web store, but straight to the EquatIO. So again, they add to Chrome. Once you have it added, you should see this little diamond blue thing at the top, right? So I'm gonna go to my daily notes and I'm going to quickly show you some of the benefits that this extension has. So we know equation editor, and if you type your equation in here, you're going to see it on your paper, right? So I insert, it inserts as a picture, you drag it wherever you like, and there's your equation editor piece. You could do latex editor, same kind of thing. You type in, or you type in from using your keyboard an equation, an expression, and you insert the math, place it wherever you like, and there's your latex piece. Graph editor, awesome, because you could use graphs straight from this extension. So if here's a quadratic, I input, I could drag it wherever I like. So if I want them to see this piece, I could zoom in if I want. Once I have it where it is powered by decimals. So those of you who have used decimals in the past, I insert, and it's going to go straight into my notes. So I place it there. What else can I do? I could do handwriting recognition. So if you want, you could actually write the equation using your mouse, right? Or your touchpad. There it is. I was dealing with this, so let me delete that. I insert and put it wherever I want. And there we go. So I write it using my mouse. May not look so nice. I read the math, is exactly what I want, so that's good. You could also speak the math, and I'll type it for you. The only thing is just make sure you speak nice and clear, so so it types it in exactly as you want it. So I'm gonna do some quadratic equation. So let's press y equals x squared plus 3x. Pause it. And this x doesn't look like a x that I want, so I'm gonna erase it and I input my x. Insert the math, and there it is. And then I put it in wherever I want. If you want, you could use your mobile device. So if you click on that, it says EquatIO Mobile. You click on there. If you're using an Android, it says to use Google Chrome. If you're using Apple, you want to use Safari. You could also so if you go into your web browsers, you have to type in this m.equat.io, and it's going to link whatever you do to this. So I'm going to see if I can quickly do this. Okay, so I input this piece from my phone. Let me undo that. I've input this piece from my phone by just using it like an iPad where I'm just writing with my finger. You could play around with that. Another thing that you could do is, I'll skip the cube piece for now. I could have them tell me how you read this in math.
Y equals 5x minus 5.
So this might be something that you might use for students who don't read the math correctly. You could just have them actually go over what we wrote and read the math the way it should be said, right? And last, we have this math space. Insert math space takes you to something kind of similar to a Jamboard. So if you've done Jamboards with Google, very similar, right? You have a blank screen where you're inputting your stuff. So I could, just like in the previous, I could input equations. I insert that, takes it somewhere, perfect, done. I could input graphs. So let's input a linear function in here. Let's say that. I could do all of the same things I was able to do in the previous piece, but now I have the option of doing freehand drawing. So if I want my students to use this graph and input, let's say, another line or something like that that passes through a specific point, I could do something like that. There we go. Okay, them draw something. If I'm dealing with a triangle, or again, it's up to the lesson that you're doing. You could have them input shapes. You could have them do smart shapes. Smart shapes are a grid, right? So if you want to do maybe you're multiplying binomials, you could do number line. There's a lot of stuff in here you could see where you could work with some protractor, the XY plane and so forth, right? The XY plane, you could actually readjust. That's not in here. Oh no, it is. By changing the tick marks, if you wanted a 10 by 10, 20 by 20, 10 with 10. So you play around with what you want. If I'm making it 10 by 10, it should be a little bit more spaced out. And that's pretty much it. Angles and all those fun stuff. So you have all those tools that you could use digitally with your classes, with your students. Once you have this Jamboard, because I'm using my workspace right now. Once I'm done, what I'm going to do is go to this top blue piece. It says insert, and in there I'm gonna click on that, and it's going to insert everything I just did onto my notes piece. So that's them taking their notes, right? This is a little bit jumbled because I only have one sheet here. I have not done this just yet, but I know that you're able to do and create your own math space. So you can create an assignment using Jamspace. So let's say I want them to focus on, again, I'll just do a linear. If I want them to all have this graph already on their paper, what I'm going to do is I input whatever it is I want them to work with. I'm going to say share. I want to make a copy for each person and expect a response because I want them to do the work. I press continue. It creates a unique link in which I can share through Google Classroom, Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. So I would share this onto Google Classroom, add it as an assignment into one of my periods. Let's say I want to go in here, create an assignment. Okay, title it. I just say test, assign. Okay, so if they go here, they're going to click on the assignment and it's going to take them straight into what we just created. Once they're done doing their edits, once they do identify zeros and x-intercept and y-intercept, once they're done with that, what they're going to need to do is press the submit button, and my teacher is going to get it. So as a teacher, I'll be able to see who did their work and who didn't. Nice. So hopefully this equation now was useful and you think of different ways you could use it and apply it. Again, it is free for teachers. Okay? It is free for educators. It is free for students. So try it out.